And for the second to last time, good morning, Singapore. You look rainy and sad today. Very gray. Hopefully that changes. So it is our last full day here in Singapore this morning. We're gonna run down, grab some hotel breakfast just to keep it pretty simple. And then we're going to go adventure off for our last full day, even though tomorrow our flight is 10 p.m., I believe is when boarding is, if not later. So we basically have another full day, but let's keep it moving.
I know my plate looks a mess, but it was all to make a breakfast sandwich.
Wrapped up breakfast. We had some issues getting back to the room because the elevator needs the key card to swipe, and then you can hit your floor. It was swiping and saying green on the swiper, but when we would press our floor, the button wouldn't stay lit up. So we went to the lobby, talked to them about it, and they said your card's working fine when they tested it, but they still gave us a new one, and then we were able to go up. It looked like a lot of people were having elevator issues in the same way for the last couple days, so breakfast was solid. I wish my sandwich that I made had cheese, but in Asia, cheese isn't really a big thing. Just dairy in general doesn't really work. But if that's my complaint over breakfast, I'll take it. I do have one other complaint though. I wanted a coffee, but the grounds container thing was filled. The staff just kind of ignored it for a while, so everyone went to the other coffee maker. So that had a super long line, and then that grounds container waste thing was full. So I didn't get my coffee. Thankfully, I do think I have a coffee from 7-Eleven that I bought the other day, so I'm gonna drink that, and then we'll get moving to hell. Stay tuned to see what that actually means. You know, the weather is something else. When yesterday I felt like I was dying in the heat, and today I walk out and I go, that's it? It's like, this is comfortable. Not super humid, not super warm, but also that feels like famous last words just a little bit. But for now, once again, let's jump on the train and go to hell.
We're headed to Haw Par Villa, which is a theme park containing over 1,000 statues depicting different Chinese literature, folklore, and legends, including the story of the afterlife, or hell.
Well, let's go to hell. We essentially went on a guided tour through hell, which first, tour guide, she was really fun, kept it light even though it can be a pretty heavy topic. Started off with things like how do cultures handle death and like the rituals and the rites, and then we went inside to the 10 different courts of hell to see basically how you lived your life, it gets judged, and then to see what actually happens to you. So let's walk back through hell, and the tour guide joked that this would be the only air-conditioned version of hell we'll ever experience. Gotta appreciate the humor. Same with the guy that gave us the tickets, said go to hell when he gave them to us. So I like how they take everything, a little bit of humor and a grain of salt here and there.
So you get judged by this guy, and if you are good enough, you get to go on these bridges and basically have to bypass all of the torture and lessons and stuff like that because you're a good person. But if he deems that you are not a good person, I believe you start ending up in places like this. You know, on fire, in pools of blood. I don't know, the blocks of ice sound kind of good. That's what tax evasion leads to. Don't steal or charge someone too much interest. He won't like it. And then end up in the knife pit. Our tour guide was explaining that most of them are physical punishments. Except for this one, where you get to see your family members, but they don't get to see you for one last time. But there's also a knife tree, and sawn in half if you misuse some books. Tough critic. Honestly, I feel like a lot of these are kind of avoidable. So after all of that pain and torture, he decides what happens to you. And these two are getting turned into a bull and a rabbit. And this decides what kind of class you end up in, from animals to livestock to people and the gods. But before you get sent to your new life, she gives you some tea that makes you forget everything, so you really can't take all the lessons you learned into your next life and just have to try to be a good person or animal once again.
So can I now say I've been to hell and back? Is that how this works?
The actual hell part is what you actually have to pay for a ticket for, which is 20 Singapore dollars, but the rest of the park, like I said earlier, is a bunch of different statues depicting different myths, legends, and deities that you're able to just walk around. It is over 21 acres long, and it just is over this spiraling hill, so you never know what creature or figure you may run into wandering around the park.
Well, hell was fun, but let's go to the mall, cool off, and check out some shops. Hopefully we won't go to hell anytime soon. Fingers crossed. The mall we initially planned to wasn't quite what we were looking for. It was a lot more strip mall-y, and a lot of it looked closed. So we're jumping on the bus to another nearby mall, which will ultimately be easier to get to our other places we want to go today. That was the first time on the bus here in Singapore, and interesting experience. Very accurate but aggressive driving for the buses. You do get thrown around a little bit. That could be because we ended up on the top level of the double-decker bus, and what a ride. What a ride. We made it off the bus in one piece, so hopefully this mall is much better. I do see an IKEA, so that's already looking up.
This was a very packed mall that was 3 to 4 stories, and it was a lot of sports stores, a lot of them creating tennis rackets or selling shoes.
So we are headed to Druggists, which is another brewery, as well as a restaurant to have food, a couple drinks, and kind of wind down the day for our last final full day here in Singapore.
We were back in the Little India area for this brewery, which seems to specialize in beers on an international level. So for my first drink, I got Stargazer by Vocation from England, which was a good mix of an IPA and a sour.
To try Brian's Soulmate. Pretty solid IPA.
Daymaker, which is a session IPA.
Very smooth, very smooth. Good balance between like a session and an IPA.
But we were looking for something to snack on, so we grabbed a menu and placed an order too.
By miso chicken burger with fries and Brian's beef tacos. This is the Grain and Ear from Taiwan. It is an orange, mango, and guava fruit ale.
Let's give it a drink. Really big on fruit flavor. You can definitely taste the orange, mango, guava combination. Very tropical, very fruity. Drinks almost closer to a juice. I'd give that an 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoy that. Probably the best one I've had here.
And to try Brian's, this is a double IPA called Incognito, also from Vocation in England.
And let's try Brian's Incognito. A little bit too bitter for me, but I get it. Hot take, or should I say cool take, as soon as the sun sets, that's when you should go to venture out in Singapore, because the humidity and heat are significantly less. We made it back from the brewery, did a quick 7-Eleven run. I'm trying to spend all my cash as much as possible, just so I don't have to deal with converting it back. So with our 7-Eleven run, after getting back here, which is downstairs at the hotel. Basically bought a bunch of random Pokemon stuff. A couple of them are blind boxes and cards. One of them I know what it is. But let me show you what I got, and then after we go to the pool, I'll come back and open them up.
We got a Snorlaxy guy, which he should just be a figurine. This should be a little bit of a blind box out of all of those. And then 7-Eleven, I guess, partnered with Pokemon for their cards. And these were $1 each, so if it literally has 3 cards in there, perfect.
The pool does close at 10, so we have about 20 minutes to get a quick dip in. That's all we really planned for anyway, and we'll head back to the room. Pool dip has been a success, but now we're going to change, first of all, open my Pokemon stuff, and then pack up, and then finish any drinks or snacks we have in, just because it is our last day, and we do have to check out at noon tomorrow. Let's get to unboxing time. Blind box, it's fully in Japanese. Let's go for it. It may just be Quaxley, I'm not fully sure. Oh no, it just straight up is. Maybe it's not a blind box. He's still cute though. And for these cards, they were literally $1 each at 7-Eleven. I feel like there's a chance that they're all going to be the same cards in each. But for $1, hey, I'll take it. Technically, they're not even legitimate cards, just because it says for promo release only. So if 2 of them are the same, that means I can leave the 3rd one sealed. What am I looking at here? Oh. They're actually little standy guys. They're not even cards. That's cool. Huh. Let's hope they are all different, because this is Lucario. I thought it was going to be like deck builders. I am more happy with these, at least. Yeah, it has all instructions, so let's open up the second one. Hopefully it isn't another Lucario, because that would be lame. I cannot do this one-handed. I am fully struggling. Ooh, there we go. Oh, okay. I'm so happy with that. Little Psyduck. Now I gotta open the 3rd one, right? He's just a little derpy little guy. Maybe I do need more Psyduck merch in my life. And for the last one, the struggle. Ooh, what's... This one got an extra piece of paper in it. Do they all have stickers? Did I fully miss that? I'm guessing, based on the sticker, is this going to be Bulbasaur? No, okay. It's Quaxley. That's perfect for the other thing I got. I'm happy with that. I wonder if the other ones have stickers too.
Oh, hype, they fully do.
So we did get 2 Charmanders, but I'll live with it.
At least the main 3 here are different. And I think I'm going to leave him sealed up.
But for $1, I love a bookshelf knickknack. So I'm here packing. I'm trying to figure out what to do in this situation. It is a scoot flight, meaning it's going to be a fairly small, and it's an overnight flight. So do I just use this as my carry-on as a little bag? Or do I do my normal backpack? I do have my suitcase back there, which will fit my backpack and still be underweight. Do I risk it and hopefully my luggage doesn't get lost for more room on the plane, or do I play it safe and probably get less sleep? Decisions. Let me know in the comments below what you would do in this situation. Some packing complete, some not so much. We do have plenty of time for tomorrow to pack, just based on when our flight is, but I'm going to end this video here. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and while you're down there, might as well hit subscribe. But I will see you next time in coach, but I will see you tomorrow for another flight review, as well as our final day in Singapore.